All right, guys, how are we going to do this one? Because for the last few months, we were doing the dance with Lego Horizon Adventures, Until Dawn Remake, and Helldivers 2 as day one games coming to PC. Now, the reason I come to collect these receipts is, in a sense, to ensure that we're watching very carefully about some of the things that we've seen the data lead us to. The data leads us that PlayStation players, Xbox players, and PC players have certain behaviors. There's a way that these categories of gamers actually engage with the video games on their platforms, which is most of them are playing the live service games. I made just a few hours ago, I published a video where I talked about why PC players are, in a sense, rejecting a lot of these PlayStation games that are now coming to the platform when previously they'd been playing them. Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Horizon, Days Gone. These are some of the highest reviewed games on the PC platform, especially for games that came later. However, more recently, just seems like PC players are not necessarily that fazed with what's going on. So here's the thing. Why are these PC players going ahead to do that? And I answered the question, but in the comment section, some people said, well, it's because PC players usually like playing the free-to-play games, of which to that I say, well, that's basically all the platforms that are doing it. And this data leads us to believe that this is probably why sales are getting affected in terms of the single-player titles. And in my estimation, why we're seeing PlayStation move closer and closer to day and date, and not just day and date, but bringing pretty much the entire menu to the PC platform. We got a new game. This is not really new. We've known about this game in development from back in that almost a PS4-ish days. If I'm correct, I don't remember exactly, but I remember seeing this game. I remember hearing the story about PlayStation pretty much supporting the title. If I'm correct, this is a game that started out with like a solo developer. And I know maybe I might be fuzzy on my details, but one of the reasons I follow is because it was an Unreal Engine game. Lost Soul aside, it is coming to PlayStation and PC next year, according to the ad, and it's published by PlayStation. So we already have a 2025 day one already announced, ready to go. And I believe that the reason this is happening is because we're seeing these moves. A game like Astrobot, I think, would have benefited from a day and date launch. And I'm certain that at some point, this is going to be tradition for PlayStation, just like it was for Xbox in 2016. Now, the small games have been the, testing ground, right? They've been the games that have been doing all of this stuff, trying to figure out what's going on and here and there. But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, money has got to be made. And if PlayStation fans and even Xbox fans are going to find themselves in a situation where the majority of their platform, not the ones that are on Twitter or YouTube yelling about how much we love single player games, because I like single player games and you find me here too, right? But the ones that are actually gaming, because we are the minority, we just are the vocal minority, and it's something we have to wrap our minds around. If this is going to be the trend, then these games, in order for them to be able to remain sustainable, make a profit, and give ROI, it needs to come to a platform where people are going to buy it. Now, again, this is also another conundrum that we're going to see, right? Some people are going to say, well, this is actually not the same thing, in a sense of it being something that's bad for the PlayStation platform. PC is not a direct competitor and stuff. To that, I say hogwash, because we've been going through, and I bookmarked it, ladies and gentlemen, because this is great. We've been going through a Horizon developer back in the day where he was pretty much, in a sense, trying to make sense of why people were being upset with the announcement of the launch of, Horizon Zero Dawn on PC. And back then, PlayStation players were convinced that, their game going to PC devalued the brand. But after seeing this post and after exposing everybody, it seems like everybody is now in a position where they either back away from that claim or dig in and then move to another platform, aka maybe PC, of which I will be happy if you were to make your way out here to the wild PC land. You know what I mean? But I'm glad that the data set and the movement is now showing. I'm glad that we're now seeing it, because again, here's another thing. Y'all know that after all the excuses that were given for Lego, and if this game launches on PC day one, which has been announced, so we'll see, maybe they may change it. Remember, many of you said, that the game was a Lego game, that it may have been a contractual agreement by Lego. I like Just Corden, but he said that if he went to Xbox, when people were talking about the rumors of Lego going to Xbox, somebody asked him and said, what's going on? He kind of posited. I mean, I guess it's his opinion that it may be a contractual thing. Some of you, you posited when it was coming to, PC and Nintendo that it may have been Lego who forced them to do so. Well, in this case, this is a game that PlayStation heavily sponsored. So who could have forced them? Because this developer is basically brand new to the game from what we're seeing. So they could have made it an exclusive. Oh, I guess Stellar Blade probably taught them something like, hey, man, in order for you to be able to leverage sales, doesn't matter. Most PlayStation players are going to be stuck somewhere else other than playing these single-player games, so you might as well come out here. So I'm very keen on seeing how they continue to move on from here. Now, are they going to bring like Wolverine day one? I would like to predict that they would do so, but who knows? I mean, what's the difference at the end of the day? Are people going to go buy PlayStation consoles to play Spider-Man 2? It didn't seem like it. It didn't seem likely that they followed that behavior pattern. PC is just so juicy these days with better hardware, affordable hardware, used market. So people are just enjoying themselves in, on the platforms that they have already. Are exclusives selling consoles? Not really anymore, because apparently if you look at these threads from back in the day, a lot of, this was just 4 years ago. A lot of people were saying that they were disclaiming and saying that they were not going to go ahead and buy, the next PlayStation console. This wasn't the PS4 era. There's actually a comment from somebody who was so upset and said that they were going to take the $500 and go upgrade their PC rather than buy a PlayStation console. That's pretty much what they said. I put it in my other video. You'd have to check that other video. There are just so many opinions here that actually make things very interesting. So this is good. Exclusivity is getting dealt another death blow. And to me, I'm very happy that this is happening. And I like the fact that the market is saying, do this. And the market doesn't care about, any warm, fuzzy feelings that you may have in your belly. These games have got to sell, man. And at some point, if PC gamers eventually get way more occupied and are not willing to do this, well, there's only one more console. There's only one more platform that we can sensibly think it'll go to, perhaps. Maybe mobile or maybe Xbox. Uh-oh. Thanks for watching. I think I may have said too much. Talk to me in the comment section. I really appreciate you guys this time, an audience. There was an audience member who actually pointed that out to me because I watched it and I was like, oh, yeah, it's this game. But I didn't put two and two together that, oh, yeah, it's this game. And PlayStation may have, sponsored it, but I went and looked, and now PlayStation Publishing. And then to realize that, oh, not only is it going to be coming to PlayStation, it is planned release date in 2025. It's now been announced for PC with a Steam page and everything. Goodness. Like, PlayStation Publishing LLC is on fire, bro. Like, they are pushing games out on PC like crazy. Interesting stuff. Thanks for watching. Peace out.